We have been talking about data silos and different ways of bringing all of that data on a single platform. In this section, we will take a look at your practices around data collection and analysis. We will begin by talking about data strategy that will help you align department and overall business goals. Next, we will discuss how storing data in a single format will make data analysis easy, but this comes with a caveat. Converting a massive amount of data in different formats can inject errors, and losing data accuracy will result in wrong conclusions drawn from your data. Data collection is now almost completely automated, which helps businesses gather all kinds of data. Finding useful information or analyzing data from this colossal database requires high computing powers. This need for higher computing power will keep growing as the amount of data we collect keeps increasing. In some ways, our problems began when we realized data collection could be automated for relatively less cost. We've all been there. We've collected so much data, and now we don't know how to make sense of this tedious pile that was supposed to change the way we manage operations. Before you can even think about data analysis, let's look at our data collection and see if it's as good as we'd like to think it is. Let's start with data strategy. What data are you collecting? Is it useful? And if so, is it accurate? The data that you collect must have an impact on either your customer experience or your business efficiency. Some examples include user behavior, real-time inventory status, and market research. Building a data strategy can help you achieve multiple goals. Each department's goals should work into the overall business goals. This means sharing your production and operations goals with your suppliers and keeping them updated regularly on any changes. Your data strategy should be developed for the entire business, and the departments can build their individual goals based on the business goals. Once you have aligned business goals, you should define the data strategy for each goal in terms of what data is to be collected and how it can be enriched to meet business requirements. In global businesses, it often happens that each department tracks their experience with a vendor individually, and that makes it difficult to calculate overall service quality. A data collection and storage method that incorporates all data in one place will help decision makers see the whole picture clearly. The metrics used to measure success should also reinforce the overarching business goal for each department. New projects and innovation should be applied with the same rigor even after the initiation stage is complete. Most businesses have legacy systems that are sometimes unique to a couple of departments. It is worth looking at them to measure their viability going forward. Old business practices may cause barriers to measuring success. Even if these can't be changed right away, you should bookmark them for evaluation. Once you have a strategy for data collection in place, you need to make sure that all collected data is accurate across the entire life cycle. This brings us to data integrity. Data integrity is about how easy data is to use and how accurate it is. Think about a retail manufacturer who gets customer feedback from different sources like emails, phone calls, and social media. Emails are all in text format, so they are easy to use. But what about phone calls? You can use a tool that converts voice into text, then save it, and now you can use it with the emails. Think about social media. Technically, that's text too, but what about a post of an image of torn fabric? It's valuable information, and you want to capture it. You can use another tool that scans images and summarizes them in text. Using such tools can help you collect a wider range of feedback. The second part of data integrity is accuracy. Data accuracy is a challenge for many reasons, such as data onboarding and non-human traffic. It's also an important aspect of a data strategy. Set a governance plan that identifies critical data and share it often. Data accuracy is a widely researched and a detailed subject in itself. So if you think your business is struggling with the quality of predictive outputs, you should rethink your data accuracy. Finally, how and where you store your data will account for both security and ease of access. Many countries have strict regulations around data storage. Understanding these regulations is key, and these regulations are a good place to start to ensure that your records are safe, reliable, and at least as accurate as their paper counterparts would have been. To ensure that your business doesn't suffer from misleading information, you need to do more. In the real world, you will have data from various places in your supply chain, like real-time shipping information from your IoT devices, warehouse inventory, and heavy machinery information. To ensure accurate information on processes, inventory, and production, you could validate after a milestone, along with a time-stamped audit trail. You could also restrict access to records and ensure that you maintain backups and have a good recovery process in place. Experts suggest that you treat your data storage as an integral part of operations, marketing, and sales rather than rely on your IT team. While your IT team could make data safety high priority, if the people in other departments are not aware of security principles, they could be the point of data breach. Once you have all this information in place, ensure that you have a detailed map of the data storage. The map should explain how to go about finding any data and required access permissions. It should also include the path of how this particular data was collected and why. This way, you can continuously review the value of any data. Once you have your data strategy in place, working with data essentially involves two steps: data collection and data analysis. The Digital Supply Chain Institute recently published a white paper recommending that data analysis and collection efforts should be split 80-20. 80% on analysis and 20% on collection. Simply put, once your data strategy is in place, data collection should be an automated process, and data analysis should be the primary focus. If there was ever a process that would benefit from moving to digital platforms, it is data analysis. It has completely revolutionized decision-making. No wonder it has grown rapidly, and many supply chain managers often struggle with it. Additionally, new jobs have sprung up around it, especially ones for data scientists. While data analysis might not be a supply chain manager's primary function, they do need to understand the basics behind it and the potential that data can provide. One of the best examples is Amazon's patented anticipatory shipping. It uses past data on customer behavior and keeps products ready to be delivered even before the customer has made that purchase. That's how Amazon can offer 1-hour shipping. Amazon's ability to build meaningful data models is the key to its customer satisfaction. Big data analytics can help you reduce the lag between requesting data and the results delivered. Some simple examples are gaining visibility into bottlenecks, inventory, and other potential issues. You can take corrective action in time to reduce the impact on operations. You can focus on important things like fixing design issues, lead times of critical production items, and continuous improvement of your planning models. But machine learning comes with a caveat. The benefits listed above require a considerable amount of data and effort to be accurate. In the initial stages, pattern recognition is especially susceptible to errors. So before you introduce machine learning to your data analytics, you need to consider if it's possible for you to invest time in correcting predictive models and if you have enough historical data to make these predictions usable. You will need to work with your data scientist and a machine learning expert to find these answers. Your goals may not change, but your path to the goals needs to continuously evolve based on what the data tells you. Staying on top of the latest technology trends in this field can provide insight into newer methods of meeting your targets. To recap, be mindful of what data you collect. It may be inexpensive to collect, but storing and using it effectively can be very costly and time-consuming. Your data strategy should align with business goals. Selecting the right software for converting data from one format to another is vital to keeping the information correct. Finally, data analysis can benefit most from the latest technology like big data analysis and machine learning.